Stepping off the plane, it's so easy to breathe again. Life in the big city has finally took its toll, and it's been so long, but I'm finally home. And what better place to rest my weary bones than on this beautiful island where there's so much to see. Every corner I turn, there's something there to remind me of my beautiful nation and what it means to me. Not a thing out of place, that's what's special about it. And do you hear? It's the songs the birds are singing. Do you hear? It's a sound that's everlasting. There's no end in sight, just the beginning of our lives. Sweet Grenada, this is home, yes. And do you hear? It's the songs the birds are singing. Do you hear? It's a sound that's everlasting, and there's no end in sight, just the beginning of our lives. This is home, home, home. Sweet Grenada, yeah, this is home.
Yes, Grenada, Carriacou, PD Morning, and the world. It is my pleasure to welcome you to another Mikey Live show, folks. This is where it all happens. We're talking about the good, the bad, and the Mikey. People, it is where you get reliable news. Information that you don't get anywhere else. You get it on the program. So we want to big you up for being here and welcome you. Folks, let's say hello to the folks on TV. We're talking about WPG 10, standard definition channel 10, high definition channel 11. You can adjust to suit. Big up to all the people on Facebook, boy. You see, it's important for all to share the program. So go ahead and share the business. Share the business so that other people will get to see the business. Also, those of you who are on YouTube, we have a lot of YouTube viewers and it keeps growing. We want to welcome you as well to the program. Folks, this is no stush news. This is news discussed, not told. We ain't telling you nothing. So don't send us no lawyer. You know what I mean? Don't come and send us no lawyer and say what kind of business and business. No. We ain't telling nobody nothing. We are discussing the business. So brace all yourself. We have the controversial. We have the comical. We have the good. We have the bad. And we have the Mikey. So brace all yourself, we're coming back in a moment. But before we take our first break, let's tell you what's making the news. $13 million in losses due to fires in 2018. In Grenada, Spice I Love the Caribbean, pure Grenada. $13 million. You know how to take it from us? We can't make it up. We have the statistics that we're going to share with you on fires in the country. Also, Grenadian among Caribbean nationals nabbed in immigration sweep in the United States of America. What's so nice in America? You can't just go on a man picture and pull on a 200 figure and then kind of this. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's leave that talk there. Police warns against setting fires. Zero tolerance in 2019. In fact, they have already charged an elderly citizen for setting fire without seeking the appropriate clearance. We ain't making it up. No handshake agreement has been made with the international soccer monarch. I know there was a video circulating, about the handshake deal where artists is going to come to Grenada and then zero, zip, nada. We're going to explain that to you a little bit later on. That was a big one on the weekend. We're going to talk more about the business. April 5th is the date set for the National Secondary School Meet, and teachers have to participate. I ain't making it up. You know what I mean? Chenny Joseph fires back at GFA executive. Now, a couple nights ago, we told you that he has been dismissed, provisionally dismissed. It's a conditional dismissal. We're going to tell you what's happening now, the update. Listen, I tell all of Grenada is like Hollywood, you know. I ain't making it up. Grenada is like Hollywood. You know what I mean? But anyway, we'll leave that talk. Crow, suspended by his employers, but he's been defiant. On a highway in Trinidad, he was driving along and somebody cussed him out about the use of his cell phone while he was driving. So, Crow decided to hit the man some F-sharps and some kind of business. The man recorded that little piece of the kind of business. Certain parts of the whole thing was missing. And then the whole thing, we have the video. We have the video. So we go share that with you a little bit later on too. And award-winning R&B singer James Ingram dies at 66. TMZ and other news outlets in the US have been reporting that he died of some sort of brain tumor, something to the effect. We're going to talk about that a little bit later on. And there's a new CEO of the Spicemas Corporation. So we'll share that and other news with you right here on Mikey Live. Brace all yourself. When we come back, somebody tell them, please, it's real news in all the Lily Lulu. So get all the popcorn and all kind of business because it's drama when we come back. The headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of Duty Free Caribbean, Colombian Embers International, and WPG10.
And so it begins, a journey like no other. Jungles so lush, they make emeralds jealous. Water that sparkles like diamonds. Mountains with more facets than precious gems. This is where good times are had, where love is strengthened, where memories are formed. And when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will never fade. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
Together with Carib, present National Colors Fest. Everybody safe, girls riding up, keep up. National Colors Fest, Wednesday, February 6th, the night before the holiday. Moonlight City. We deck off in our national colors and come out to play a mass. And you see, when morning touch, Grenada's best takes the stage. Sheldon Douglas, Boise, Dash, wind up, we don't want no easy. Jab King, Heine Jab and Sosa, Money and Squeezed, Looney Spark and Electrify, Zooty Man and more. Get ready, cause a mass go play. We embrace the ice, green and gold National Colors Fest, 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. General admission 25. Ticket outlets are Gittins in Grand Dance, Heather Boutique, Shefty's Bar opposite the terminal, Spice Mobile Guam, Shi's Bar Victoria, Big Lane Bar Sates, Kwame in River Sally, Daigo Shop Tivoli, Bogozo Barbershop, Kevin and Crush Barbershop Grenville, and St. David's Pharmacy. National Colors Fest, Wednesday, February 6th, Moonlight City.
The pride and joy of a nation is its flag. Its colors and arrangement makes it significant and stunningly beautiful. On Wednesday, February 6th, it's National Colors Day. Every proud Grenadian is asked to deck off in clothing highlighting the colors of our flag. Whether you are dressed for work, daily routines, or casual engagements, showcase the true Grenadian spirit. Every ministry, every department, and all workplaces are encouraged to join in. National Colors Day, Wednesday, February 6th, 2019. Endorsed by the National Celebrations Committee. Our people, our colors, our day. On Wednesday, February 6th, National Colors Day.
Start your independence celebration with the Grenada Sailing Festival West Hall White Jack Work Boat Regatta 2019. Grand Dance Beach, Saturday and Sunday, 2nd and 3rd February. Keeping tradition alive with West Hall Rums. Sponsored by West Hall White Jack Rum, Grenada Tourism Authority, Budget Marine, Carib, Dodgy Dock, SIFH Group, McIntyre Brothers, and Yamaha. Glenelg Springwater, Blast, Camper, and Nicholson's Marinas. Quartz, Horizon Yacht Charters, Mount Cinnamon, Republic Bank, Waggity, West Hall White Jack Work Boat Regatta, 2nd and 3rd February, Grand Dance Beach. We rum, we regatta, be there.
Trying to get fit for 2019? Then start your journey to fitness with Quartz. Buy any Marcy or Land Ranger gym equipment for $4.99 and over from now until March 31st and enter for your chance to win your purchase free. Shop now and pay nothing until Easter 2019. Your journey to fitness begins with Quartz. Visit us today for your gym equipment and enter to win. Quartz, bringing value home.
That's right. Welcome, folks, and welcome to those of you who are with us for the first time, and those of you who are always with us. Well, you know how the thing's set. Now, the first thing that we have to tell, we're making a joke about the first story that we have to tell all the boy, you know, R&B singer boy. He's a classic, you know. He's a classic boy, James Ingram, 2-time Grammy winner, you know, has died. You know, he has died at the age of 66. And the announcement was made today. You know, like I said, there are several media outlets who was reporting that he died of some kind of brain sickness. You know, you guys would know a lot of his songs. Just Once, you know, a classic. He also did the wedding song, and you know, I Don't Have the Heart. You know, I don't even want to start, because when you start, you know. Yeah, but he died. I heard some people even talking about it in the streets today in St. George's. You know, we have grown up to music from James Ingram. You know, so, boy, so that's a tough one right there. You know. Anyway, you know, the Almighty has called him home. All right, folks. The next thing that we have to tell you about tonight, boy. You know, there was a little press conference today, and the Minister Emmeline Pierce, she was talking about the secondary school games. You know, they last week announced that in place of the inter-call games, they will be having what you call the National Secondary School Games. According to her, several sponsors of business places and so on have come to them expressing interest, you know. And she said that, here's what, they will decide soon whether or not they're going to take a series, a set of sponsors, or they're going to have one title sponsor of the game. They're still working out the details. But she says that she's grateful for the support shown. You understand? She even stated that the teachers, it's going to be happening in work time. So the teachers and them would be expecting to contribute in some degree. Not financially, but you know, to assist. You understand? So, very interesting. Now, she spoke about that today.
That since last Tuesday's announcement, we would have met with the principals of the secondary schools. We met also with physical education teachers. Those meetings, of course, with the principals was to inform them of government's intention and the decision taken by government to proceed to have the National School Games in light of the fact that the Principal Association would not be able to host the game intercall this year. Subsequently, we would have appointed Mr. Colin Peters as chairperson of the organizing committee and Mr. Jerry Alexis as deputy chair. Mr. Colin Peters being the assistant coordinator of sports in the Ministry of Sports, and Mr. Jerry Alexis, the curriculum development officer for physical education and sports in the Ministry of Education. The 6th, 15th and 22nd of March, those dates would be assigned as zonal meets. Additionally, and that would be the culmination, the 5th of April would be the national meet at the National Stadium. So the zonal meet would be at the parish level and the national meet at the National Stadium. Just want to express gratitude. Many persons have been calling to indicate their support for the games and to also indicate that they are volunteering in one way or the other, whichever way they can be utilized to make this a success. In addition to that, I also want to say that all of these meets would be regular school days, so we will be having the participation of the students and teachers at those meets.
Thank you very much. We pull up the pants, we pants fall. You know what I mean? So, I'm let go. Anyway, let's talk some more news. They're saying that this would just be, it's very likely that this event will be a yearly event. You know what I mean? So we have to see how things set up. You know what I mean? Yes. Anyway, let's leave that talk. Hi, Emlyn. How you do? Alright, there you go. We're moving on, people. Oh yeah. The thing heating up in the GFA, boy. Because right now what we are hearing, following the announcement that the president of the GFA, Chenny Joseph, has been provisionally dismissed pending the outcome of a case. The General Secretary made the announcement now. We are hearing that, we just speak to a lawyer there. We are just hearing now that Chenny Joseph is not taking it like a sheep. I ain't making it up. So let's rewind a bit. Put things in context for you. The statement was made this week, 2 days ago or so, I think, following a meeting that was held on Saturday. At the GFA headquarters. Mr. White made the announcement about Chenny's dismissal.
Please be informed that the meeting of the Executive Committee of the Grenada Football Association held on Saturday, January 26 at the GFA conference room took the decision to provisionally dismiss President Joseph from the position, dismiss Chenny Joseph from the position of president with immediate effect for a period of 3 months in the first instance, pending an inquiry into the nature of the recently concluded court matter the Commissioner of Police versus Cheney Joseph. The meeting cited Article 42R of the Statutes of the Grenada Football Association, the 2026 July edition, as its authority to make the above-mentioned decision. Article 42, Clause 2 states, the Executive Committee has the authority in the following areas. R states, the Executive Committee may provisionally dismiss a member of a body previously elected by the General Council. In the interim, First Vice President Alan James is expected to act as President, and please note that the Secretariat continues to carry out its normal functions. As I said earlier, the public will be informed of all developments as we move speedily to resolve this matter as soon as possible.
Well, Cheney then had stated on his own too that, you know, all this is happening because of bad-mindedness and blah, 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 and them kind of business. We did contact Cheney, we waiting still, you know, I mean, Cheney, what it is. People don't really think, well, okay, it's a court matter and things, so like, so we understand. So anyway, what we have learned as well, is that a lawyer letter was sent to the General Secretary. According to reports, it calls for a cease and desist of any action premised upon the decision that they would have made, which goes contrary to the statutes of the GFA. According to media reports, the content in the letter gives 12 noon on Thursday, January 31st as the deadline for the executive body to withdraw forthwith its decision that was made on Saturday to provisionally dismiss Cheney. I tell you all the boy. I tell you all the suspend drama and action, Hollywood and all the lily lolo. I ain't making it up. You understand? So there are a few demands according to reports that is made in the letter. We didn't see the letter, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, lately that talk. So people, we go see what going on, you know what I mean? We ain't even making it up. Now the next story that we have to tell you, yeah, you can't make up this kind of thing. And then a Grenadian is among several persons rounded up by ICE officials in the US. Now the United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement ICE agency says it has detained a number of Caribbean nationals among 118 immigrants during a 5-day exercise in several areas of New York. If all want me call name, pay me. I call him name until I get, watch now. What's so nice about America, boy? Anyway, they said during the January 14th to 18th exercise, law enforcement officials apprehended the immigrants for violating US immigration laws, as well as being convicted criminals or had criminal charges pending. Now, I said that several had prior felony convictions for serious or violent offenses, such as child sex crimes, weapon charges, and assault, or had past convictions for significant or multiple misdemeanors. Now, those arrested included nationals from the Dominican Republic, Grenada, Jamaica, and Trinidad and Tobago. You understand? Some of those people that were rounded up were already deported and they found their way back into the US. I ain't making it up. Some of those persons who were arrested and deported this trip have already been arrested and deported previously. I ain't making it up. They say some of those people involved in this batch were also given demand notices to leave the country. However, they refused. And so, ICE rung them up and send them back in a place. Yeah, son. People ranging different ages, several different Caribbean islands. You know what I mean? Yeah, and we doing that too. But we ain't gonna call name, you know, like let them people organize themselves, come back quietly and blend back into society and thing. You know what I mean? And that kind of thing. If they are Grenadian, that's a small thing. Yeah, ask them come back into your breakfast and thing. Yeah, we in business. We moving on. How are we looking for time? People! Police! They are warning against indiscriminate fires, just setting fire all over the place. We having a dry season that kind of funny. Eh? Today we had a little discussion with the officer, corporal in charge of the Western Division, the fire department on the Western Division, Corporal Osmond Thomas. Good fella. Now we express the fire department's great concern for the country as we are experiencing our driest January in history. Now during this dryness and due to this dryness, they plan to embark on a series of programs aimed at sensitizing the general public about fires, when you should set, what the procedures are, preventative measures and safety measures and so on. They're asking for the assistance of the general public as they try to limit the effects of the dry season. They know that we can expect some fires, bushfires and so on, but they need your help in minimizing the amount of calls that they will be having to have to respond to. He spoke about the procedures involved when it comes to lighting a fire.
So we are calling on the general public to follow the precautions. There is a procedure. If you need to burn, you have that procedure which is given out every single day. You apply, you make application to the Ministry of Agriculture, and then they would inspect your property and give you the permission to burn if they see fit. But something that bothers me a lot, Mikey, and it happens all over the place, is that
okay, all right. We're gonna cut that part of what bothers him, because that's a whole other story. I don't want to set fire on. I don't want to set fire on my program tonight. We'll leave that for another time. You know, he was talking about another stakeholder agency not doing their work when it comes to you know, reporting on those who would have applied. So we're not gonna get there tonight. Nah, I ain't going there tonight. So earlier, the officer provided us with some details. All right, listen to this. As a result of the amount of fires that we had last year, 2018, the amount of fires that we had were 300 in total. 300 fires. The damages, the loss incurred as a result of these fires amounts to $13,212,000. I ain't even making it up. In a little island like Grenada, with just over 112,000 people thereabout. Yeah, someone was saying, Grenadians are making children, the number just staying steady. From 300 fires, $13 million. This is what Grenadians had to go through. And you know what he said? It is due, in most cases than not, to negligence. Alright? We are negligent. We are not doing what we are supposed to when it comes to fire prevention.
You're calling on the general.
You understand? And so because of that, we have to go through that kind of business. There were 4 aircraft fires that I'd never hear about in 2018, between January and October. 100 bush fires, 54 rubbish fires. I ain't making it up. Dwelling homes, 49. Business house fires, 14. I mean, come on, man. 49 dwelling houses, business houses, 14. I ain't making it up. Vehicles, no, this is the one that caught me, This is the one that caught me. 17 vehicular fires, 2018, January to October. I ain't making it up. Now listen to me, people. Does that even sound like something that happening in Grenada? 17 vehicular fires from January 2018 to October 2018. Well, I never hear that yet. So they are saying that they have no intention of responding to so many fires in 2019. And so they are trying to be proactive, and they are asking you to do your part. You understand? Do your part as much as you can. But in all this, the police says they have a big problem that goes beyond just the fire. The police says that there's a category here that says false. False means prank calls. There were an alarming 13 prank calls made to the fire department. 13 fires that never existed, that you and I thought it was necessary to put the fire department through when they could have been responding to something more serious. You call them, they responded and arrived only to find that that particular call was a prank call.
People would use their cell phones and gadgets or whatever and make prank calls. Yeah, it still happens. All right, and what they're failing to realize that whenever you make a prank call to the fire department, every single officer on call, every single officer that is on response, then life is on the line. This person could be one of your relatives, yeah? And we are asking persons who usually indulge themselves into that is to refrain from doing that. You put in person's life at risk. It also wear down our engines, because at the end of the day, sometimes we place that call. We meet into accidents and things without a response, without a true response, all right? And I was going to draw the reference for you here. In the year 2018, between January and October of 2018, Mikey, look at the amount of false calls or prank calls. We got 13. Between January and October, we got 13 prank calls. So these 13 false calls could have killed 13 or more fire personnel. We could have met in 13 or more accidents. All right? So I'm concerned, or the department is really concerned about this one. Now, a lot of people don't look at it this way, but it's a bad thing. And if we have to go forward, we have to refrain from doing those.
And the prank call would mean that because you're responding to a fire in a particular area that is not really there, it would probably deprive somebody else who probably has a real situation that needs immediate attention.
And not only that, what's about the risk that is involved in getting to that point?
Right.
From the base to that point with the appliance and personnel. Yeah. So we are asking members of the public who know that they're involved in those things, in those practices, to stop.
All right, and that's the officer in charge of the fire departments on the Western Division. All right, and that is Corporal Osmond Thomas. As we move on, no handshake agreement made with international soca monarch, says the minister, Nolan Cox. Now, last week a video circulated with news or information from the new head of the international soca monarch, soca artist, Fayan Lyons Alvarez. She was at the radio station speaking about initiatives. And she made the announcement that she's in talks and the talks and the talks. Let's go back to that.
We're actually doing a handshake with Grenada, so which means our monarch once we seal up and everything, our monarch will actually be recognized as a monarch in Grenada.
Right.
And Grenada's monarch is going to be recognized here. So what that means is every single monarch I could handshake with across the Caribbean, it means our monarch gets automatic entry into
the competition.
Not only that, you get acknowledged as an actual monarch, and you don't have to start from scratch and go from the bottom up.
And work it like qualifying.
That's right. So
right,
all you have to do now is we get you into the country in terms of you're in the competition, or your team, your management. All they have to do is work on marketing.
Alright, handshake business. Well, the minister say, in his own words, I like to make it dramatic. Nothing no go so. Cox said, nothing so.
As regards to the interview that was made, I think at the radio station in Trinidad, we had some discussions with Trinidad when we engaged Trinidad in looking to provide an avenue for artists to get involved in the International Power Soca Monarch. And so in those discussions, they were leveraging us to get something back in return. And that is one of the suggestions that they have put out, not only for us, but the other Caribbean islands who have artists taking part in the international event. So I think the statements went a little ahead of any arrangement or agreement. And when I saw it myself, we had to call, we spoke to the minister in Trinidad and then to her for those corrections to be made, because no agreement in that regard. And to speak further, our event here is a national event and not an international event as such. But one of the discussions that we have a strong tendency to happen is that one of their monarch will come as a guest artist at one of our shows during Carnival. So that is probably the only initiative that may happen, and we sort of attending towards the Groovy Monarch be coming to perform at one of the shows as a guest artist. So that is the initial discussions that we have around that particular issue, but not on a wider scale in terms of competition. We don't see that happening because the other countries also raise the same concern as us as well.
Thank you very much. Handshake. Yeah, me we all hand come out. They come handshake people. They do all the hand come out and anyway, lady that talk there. Handshake. You know, handshake. You know, we don't. You know what I mean? They tell you we want black. Grenada trending. We don't want nobody black. We don't need nobody's approval. We don't need nobody to make us feel like we need them. Right now, Grenada is trending. Grenada is trending. You understand? We got this. We got this. We don't need no black. With exposure, nonsense. Come on, exposure. Yeah. Good night, Fayan. Let me pick up all them Trini and them in their house. Blop, blop. You know what I mean? Anyway, let me go. Next story that we have to tell all. Big up them people on the TV, Brother John. Big up yourself, my grandfather, Hutchinson. Big up your whole self. Alright? Now, Olia. There's a new CEO of the Spice Mass Corporation that was announced today. Kelvin Jacob, who presently holds the post of the vice principal at the Presentation Brothers College. He's the one taking up the post of the Spice Mass CEO as of February 1st, 2019. Now, Minister Nolan Cox made that announcement today. You know, and they say that the man is experienced and he has a wealth of knowledge, and they are confident that he will do the job well.
Sometime in 2018, I think the 16th of May 2018, the former CEO of Spice Mass Corporation would have tendered his resignation, and we again want to place on record our thanks to him for his contribution for carrying Spice Mass over the years and taking it to where it is today. And so we wish him all the best moving forward. And he has communicated that his intention to resign publicly as well. So with that, Spice Mass and the Ministry of Culture, we did indicate that we are going to walk through the process to appoint someone new. And today we want to take this opportunity to inform the public that officially Mr. Kelvin Jacob has been appointed as the new CEO for Spice Mass Corporation, and who will commence job, that responsibility from Friday, the 1st of February. We look forward to working with Mr. Jacob. He has a wealth of experience in the cultural arena. He has done some work adjudicating several cultural events. He's a teacher. He's an educator. He has been doing that for a number of years. And with his background, academically as well, strong academic background in the particular area, he holds a master's degree in carnival studies. And we believe that with all these attributes, he can make a significant contribution towards moving Spice Mass and Carnival in Grenada from 2019 and beyond. So this is the announcement as regards to Spice Mass. Thank you
very much, sir. You know, I really like Cox, you know. I like his vibes, I like his persona, I like his deportment, I like how he handled himself, you know. I want to develop, I want to make my party, and I mean, Senator Cox, when I make my party, and I mean, yeah, I really that talk there. Right, so, Olia, okay, the next thing that we have to tell, Coco, Weston Rollins, Coco, works for CPEP Trinidad. He's the chairman. Eh? No, actually, not the chairman, but I think he has a big post. He has a big post, not the chairman. Because I think it was the chairman who suspended him. Eh? He has been suspended with immediate effect, according to them, to allow a thorough investigation into an incident where Rollins driving a CPEP truck. Oh yes, he's the regional coordinator. All right, regional coordinator for San Fernando to Point 14. All right, Western Rollins Coco driving. He must have been on his phone or something. The man said something. We don't see what the man said to him initially on the recording. So the recording, we can't really play the whole thing for you because apparently Coco didn't christen, you know what I mean? But we go play part of the whole dilemma for you, all right? Part of the dilemma.
Come off the phone! You kill people! Yeah, well, go on the phone again. In my phone? Yeah, go on your phone. It's against the law. It's against the law to drive and be on your phone. You fool. You fool. Yeah, my. Wait. Damn God for seeing people driving a car. Don't mash up the people, man. I driving a 350 Mercedes Benz. I spoke up. Yeah, small car. Yeah.
I Coco boy. We think it boy. By Coco boy. Who come and talk about driving? Who you think you is, boy? No, Crow. Said that, hey, you know, the guy was rude to him, call him in a showed a racial comment against him. I'm telling you. No, his bosses are saying that the behavior was unfortunate and cannot be tolerated. They're saying that the matter is being dealt with. You understand? But Crow is saying that, yeah, I am not a madman. Something has to happen for me to react that way. The man tell me I am a stupid nig and the word, right? And I will not let that rest. I could have been driving the Pope mobile with the Pope on top over my head, and I would have dealt with it the same way. He said I dealt with it in my way, and I have already written a song for the public to understand my part of this whole thing. He said the man used a racial comment against him. It hurt him, and so his behavior was justified. He said, okay, if he had to drive the Pope, Wakoko, you don't care if it was the Pope he was driving, he would have reacted the same way. You understand? You either go hard or you go home, and Coco decided he was going hard.
Damn God for seeing people driving a car. Don't mash up the people, man. I driving a 350 Mercedes Benz. I spoke up. Yeah, small car.
Yeah. small car ice Croco. Now credit to Croco is when a man has done his work. And when a man has risen to fame legitimately, can he bounce his chest and say, I am me? Take that and cool it. Coco, I like you too bad. You know what I mean? All the shady program. Shady program. You know why? Because this program right here is Mikey Live.
We mean business and we talk business. I wanted to go back to when it started. And we let women in business tell their own stories and inspire others.
But I'm very excited about 2019.
I am Abigail Long, and join me right here for Abby's Power Lunch.
You never looked at a piece of paper. This was just a beautiful conversation.
We talk to women of the Caribbean who make things happen.
I know, let's not just preach it, let's practice it, and it starts from household.
The pride and joy of a nation is its flag. Its colors and arrangement makes it significant and stunningly beautiful. On Wednesday, February 6th, it's National Colors Day. Every proud Grenadian is asked to deck off in clothing highlighting the colors of our flag. Whether you are dressed for work, daily routines, or casual engagements, showcase the true Grenadian spirit. Every ministry, every department, and all workplaces are encouraged to join in. National Colors Day, Wednesday, February 6, 2019. Endorsed by the National Celebrations Committee. Our people, our colors, our day. On Wednesday, February 6, National Colors Day.
Unlock your possibilities with Quartz Ready Finance. Pay absolutely nothing until Easter 2019. The possibilities are endless. Use Ready Finance on any purchase of a new stove, fridge, stylish furniture, and the latest electronics. At Quartz, get your chance to unlock your purchases with Ready Finance and have no worries until Easter. So come into Quartz and make it possible. Quartz, bringing value home.
All right, folks, we've got the national report for you. Here it comes.
Grenada rolls out pre-feasibility phase for Climate Smart City project. We'll have details to this story and more in the national report. With the details to the news for Wednesday, January 30th, I am Rakisha St. Louis. Officials from the New York University and the Green Climate Fund are meeting with key stakeholders and government officials in Grenada to roll out the pre-feasibility phase for the first Climate Smart City project. The project focuses on areas within zones highly vulnerable to climate change. These include the Carenage, developments to the southern corridor from Pointe-Lin to the National Stadium, and Grenville, with attention being placed on Soubise and Marquis, with concerns of sea level rising. Head of the NYU team, Dr. Angus Friday, says the meeting seeks to formulate ideas to make the Carenage the central hub for economic and urban renewal. He says the pre-feasibility phase will be wrapped up in summer of 2019.
Since then, we have actually been a number of missions. 2 missions have followed so far, where they have been engaging with many of the folks here in the room to help to shape the project further. But as we go along, it's really about building up capacity in Grenada so that we can really shape this project and see it all the way through to fruition. Right now, we're really at what we call the pre-feasibility stage. And so it's very important at this stage to get a lot of the ideas in from folks in the room so that we can really help to further shape and mold the project so that it's something that we all truly own and believe in.
Climate Resilience Minister Honorable Simon Steele says climate change is real and its effects can no longer be ignored. He stressed the need for the meeting with officials from NYU and the Green Climate Fund to end with solid plans that can result in funding to make the project a reality.
It is the pragmatic approach that is being taken by the team, by government, to ensure as we go through the technicalities of building the climate arguments, the data that is necessary to support the project proposals, the concepts that will come out of this. But it's identifying concrete interventions that can attract climate financing. So at the end of this, we will have 9 concepts, bankable concepts, that with further development into formal proposals can be taken to agencies such as the Green Climate Fund, other donors for financial support.
At the end of the pre-feasibility phase, an application will be made to the Green Climate Fund for additional funding for the feasibility phase. 3 days of intense zonal competition on the 6th, 15th and the 22nd of March will serve as the preliminaries for what promises to be an exciting secondary school games final at the National Stadium on April 5th. The games are in response to the cancellation of Intercall by the Grenada Association of Principals of Secondary Schools and will be held on regular school days to ensure maximum participation by students and teachers. Mr. Colin Peters is the chairperson of the organizing committee for the Grenada Secondary School Games. He says because of the ministry's promotion of sports at the community and parish levels, it was not difficult to introduce the National School Games in the absence of Intercall.
The schools in the southern region basically is from Wester Hall, those in St. George's Town, and Boca. This sports will be held at Tantine on the 6th of March. The objective of all the sports is basically to act as the preliminaries for the final on the 5th of April at the National Stadium. We'll have all the categories. We have from the under 9, we'll have some invitational race for the primary schools. We'll have under 15, under 17, under 20, and 20 plus. The best time finals, so the best 2 persons from each category will go on to the final at the National Stadium. As the minister has alluded, we met with the coaches, we met with the PE teachers, and we expect the support. The sports on the 15th of March, we'll move to the western side at Cuthbert Peters Park for the schools from Happy Hill, go up to McDonald College, St. Rose, all the schools in that region. On the 22nd of March, we'll move to Grenville. The eastern side will take up from St. David's Catholic, go up to all the schools in St. Andrews. And we'll also include Carrico and Petit Martinique in the northern zone on that same day.
Peters says there will be track events only at the zonal level.
We're looking to start from 9 to 3, but that will be dependent on the level of participation. Because we have a time finals, so from one, let's look at it for one maybe event, maybe let's say the under 15 boys. If you have over 10 hits, it will definitely show back the time. But when we spoke to the PE teachers and coaches yesterday, we let them know that in some instances we may have to have an additional day in the different zone, just with the interest. But we are looking to stay within that time, and we are asking of the support. For the final on the 5th of April, we are asking the team, because we have 4 zones, we have 8 lanes, so 2 persons per zone will qualify automatically. We are asking the teams to select through any selection method to select 3 persons per zone for the field events for the national. It will be difficult to host the field events on the one day at a zonal level. A matter of fact, that will request about 3-4 days. So the field events will be held at the final at the National Stadium with automatical selection.
Deputy Chairperson of the Organizing Committee for the Grenada Secondary School Games, Mr. Jerry Alexis, says they are committed to both the academic and sporting development of the nation's students, many of whom look forward to scholarship opportunities to take them further in life.
it's a wonderful opportunity for us because many of us know that many of our students are looking forward towards scholarships. You know, the opportunity to get into a junior college, into the United States or in some university out there. And sports is one of the platform for that. So when we realize that, you know, this wasn't happening, we see it fit to seize the opportunity to make sure we have something in place so these kids could compete on a level that will provide that opportunity for them.
Minister for Education and Human Resource Development, Honorable Emmeline Pierce, says since the announcement last week of their intentions to stage the games, they have met with principals of secondary schools and physical education teachers to inform them of government's intention to have the national school games in the absence of intercall. She also says a number of private companies have expressed interest in sponsoring the games, but they have not settled on whether they want one title sponsor or a number of private sector companies all making a contribution. This is the National Report. We'll have more news after the break.
The pride and joy of a nation is its flag. Its colors and arrangement makes it significant and stunningly beautiful. On Wednesday, February 6th, it's National Colors Day. Every proud Grenadian is asked to deck off in clothing highlighting the colors of our flag. Whether you are dressed for work, daily routines, or casual engagements, showcase the true Grenadian spirit. Every ministry, every department, and all workplaces are encouraged to join in. National Colors Day, Wednesday, February 6, 2019. Endorsed by the National Celebrations Committee. Our people, our colors, our day. On Wednesday, February 6, National Colors Day.
Welcome back. The Grenada Spice Mass Corporation has a new Chief Executive Officer. He is Mr. Kelvin Jacob, who will be on secondment for 2 years. Mr. Jacob, who takes up the post from Friday, February 1st, replaces Kirk Seaterhall, who resigned last year after serving in that position for 3 years. Culture Minister Senator Norland Cox, who made the announcement during the weekly post-cabinet briefing on Tuesday, said he is encouraged by Mr. Jacob's strong passion for culture and believes he has what it takes to move the culture forward.
We look forward to working with Mr. Jacob. He has a wealth of experience in the cultural arena. He has done some work adjudicating several cultural events. He's a teacher. He's an educator. He has been doing that for a number of years. And with his background, academically as well, strong academic background in the particular area, he holds a master's degree in carnival studies, and we believe that with all these attributes, he can make a significant contribution towards moving spice, mass, and carnival in Grenada from 2019 and beyond.
According to a press release from the SMC, Mr. Jacob has been involved in culture and carnival over the past 2 decades, and his contribution is recognized throughout Grenada. Mr. Jacob is an appointed teacher in the public service and holds the position of vice principal at PBC. He holds a master's degree in carnival studies from the University of Trinidad and Tobago. Finally, in a show of culture and patriotism, residents on the sister isle of Petite Martinique commemorated their 45th Independence Parish celebrations. Held at the newly established Petite Martinique playing field, the celebrations were addressed by the Governor-General, Her Excellency Dame Cecile Lagrenade, who recognized the strides of Carriacou and Petite Martinique over the past 45 years.
Our country's overall development over the past 45 years as an independent nation continues with visible signs of enhanced economic activity noticeable everywhere. I am happy that Carriacou and Petite Martinique are not being left behind. Development is taking place here as well at a remarkable rate. All of this can be attributed to the foresight of our leaders over the years, the sacrifices and determination of all citizens who have demonstrated love for country and the desire to see improvements on our beautiful Caribbean islands. The vision to establish St. George's University, the Maurice Bishop International Airport, our cruise ship port, our athletic and cricket stadia, the Harvey Vale Port have spurred our economic growth and development and provided economic opportunities for many citizens, both young and old.
Addressing her constituents, Minister for Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs, Honorable Kindra Mathurin Stewart, highlighted some of Grenada's accomplishments over the years.
So after 45 years of independence, we can recall the good and the not so good, but we can boast of the good. We can speak about revolution, invasion, international airport, cruise ship terminal, mini stadium, new port, housing project, new parliament building, the restoration of public service pension, pending national health insurance, oil explorations, roads, and the list can go on and on.
The celebrations also featured awards to residents of Petite Martinique in areas of business, sports, community services, and fishing. The celebrations also included the customary parade with displays by the Royal Grenada Police Force, accompanied by the police band. That story just ended the national report for today, Wednesday, January 30th. Recapping the top story. Grenada rolls out pre-feasibility phase for Climate Smart City project. On behalf of all those who made this newscast possible, I am Rakisha St. Louis saying thank you for joining us. Until next time.
Hi, thank you very much, Rakisha, and everyone else who was a part of the national report. We do appreciate you guys all the time. All right, let's see what the weather generically looks like tonight. I know that there are some people who wish they had that sort of weather to deal with. We're seeing a chance of precipitation tonight, not very high, but there's a chance nonetheless. 10% chance of precipitation, and humidity 81%, wind 21 kilometers per hour, and outside is just about 26 degrees Celsius for now. Tonight's low just around 25 degrees Celsius. All right, and that's it right there. We have to start wrapping up quickly because, you know, time is running out. Don't forget the agricultural network, boy. Check it out. All right, if you're a farmer, agro processor, people who are looking to purchase produce or who are looking to sell, check out the agriculturalnetwork.com. Veronica, big up to yourself, right? Nessie, Anne, Rolanda, Zaka, Esther, Naomi, Rita, Nicole, Samantha, Khadija, Chomin, also Nika, Colette, Trevelin, Irma, Veronica, who else? Helen is with us as well, Catherine, Rachel. We have as well with us Peter, Anne, Sheba, Jennifer, Ezran, Deslin, Patsy, Zaf, Kirin is with us as well. Lyndon, hey Lyndon. Joycelyn, what's up, Joycelyn? We also have Lisa with us tonight, and Joy with us. I said Naomi. We have Wendy Ann with us as well, and Marvin, and everyone else who is with us tonight. We want to say thank you for joining us and blessings to you. All right, Charlene and Rachel and Nels. All right, big up you guys, and you know what? Yeah, I have to run. All right, Queenie, big up your whole self, and all crab in whole. Tammy, big up yourself as well. Suzette, I see you there as well. Sheriff, John, Caliste, Helen, and everyone else on the program. Heather, big up your whole self. I'm sorry I can't big up everybody else, right? But it's Joy and Joyce, everyone else on the program. I see Raybon there as well. Okay, Angel, I see you too. Big up all yourself. Patty, yes, I see you guys. Let's go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And if you're on TV, WPG10, thank you for joining us. We're gonna come back with you tomorrow, God's willing. 2, 1, we say, ja, no, good night.